Hi, and welcome to E.C.V.
Well, hello there. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. We're going back a little bit to our old roots, a little structure on this one. I realized I haven't done a solo rant in a while. I'm not entirely solo here today. As always, I got my boy Gio, my boy. Dude, that came out like the Christian Gates, like, buddy.
It's all good. I wasn't hating it until you mentioned it.
Boy. Yeah, so we're kind of just jumping into I don't know. I've recently had a couple guests on the podcast and everything, and I started to realize how much I've kind of lost that like ability to sit down and do an interview style. Even I just felt very uncomfortable like in my skin during that sounds very creepy, but it didn't come off like, especially when I was kind of editing it back. I'm like, yeah, I don't think the things that I was thinking about, concerned about, or anxious about, or nervous about, or whatever came off during the podcast. And I have a huge credit to the guests that were a part of those episodes. But I did, I didn't feel as good as I used to be with that skill set. I really do feel like I, lost a lot of my ability to kind of just have a conversation with a guest, someone, especially someone new that like I haven't really talked outside of like, scheduling a podcast. So it's been good to get those episodes back in. And the more I kept thinking about it, I realized, especially, huge shout out to Gio. I haven't just came to the studio, sat behind a mic, and just like went off. A lot of that is for positive reasons because it's, showing my growth as, I've gotten better. I've learned, a more efficient way of doing this. I'm, with Gio, I'm, kind of growing the professionalism of this podcast, with all the lighting, the cameras, the video editing. That was another thing that I felt like was kind of taking away from the podcast, was having such an introduction to every episode. And then especially when I was doing the pre-show and then an introduction and just throwing off the whole pace of the beginning. So as I got a lot, more comfortable with the video editing, I don't know, it was only a couple episodes ago, I was able to, be comfortable with the idea of like just hitting record on everything and just knowing I'll trim it out after. That way there weren't going to be these like weird little pauses and transitions into different topics, etc. So I haven't done that yet as a solo podcast. And I haven't done just a solo episode. Even the episodes that were, recently that it was just me. It was me and Gio, and the majority of the episode was, a conversation between me and Gio, and not necessarily this ranting style where I have to kind of. I just don't want to lose that ability. I've always kind of had a knack for being able to just talk and talk and talk. And I think the thing that I'm really doing is just speaking them out loud, the thoughts in my head, because I think everyone could, string together enough thoughts that are happening in their mind. And then if they just had, the confidence to speak them out loud, anyone I think could truly rant. I just, especially after the past couple guest episodes, I didn't want to get back to that point where I forgot how to rant. So, and I still have, my crutch. Gio is still here. I said crutch, not crush. Booth babe, relax. Like, but I might as well. I had one topic, I guess, planned. And that's this little guy, this little controversial 2-word blue can everybody is up in arms about. you might have seen on the past couple episodes, I've been drinking one of these, and I really enjoy these. I really enjoy Bud Light. I haven't even enjoyed beer for like 3 years. Like like my go-to drinks are either wine or, technically I said beer, but I meant like micro brews, like IPAs, all that. Like that's what I would drink. I haven't had these in so long. So then when all this controversy is going on about it, I'm like, obviously, this is why I think it was a successful campaign, because it got me to go, I'm going to go try a Bud Light. My big argument, I should not chew gum while making content. I was chewing gum both of those other videos.
Oh, I want you to know that like one of those videos that I'm definitely going to be editing, there's one point where you just sat down, did not speak, and just chewed extra loud. I am definitely keeping that in. And I'm going to emphasize it heavily, just so you know.
As you should. Which I don't know if those will be out by the time this episode's out, but I've finally taken that step into creating that additional content. So this, YouTube channel that's called wALiE.ECV, but it hasn't been wALiE, it's been just E.C.V. We'll finally have that extra element. I'm really excited. We had a lot of fun recording the first couple. There's a lot of room for growth, and I think as I continue to work on those, I'll kind of find a groove. I don't think I found my voice in that like shorter form just yet. At least not on the solo, like the wALiE ones. The AOHD, like I caught on quick. I always like those because I always had fun, because it was just like I knew it wasn't like, from my point of view, it didn't matter. So I felt very free. I was able to just like, whatever he doesn't like, he'll cut out. Whatever he likes, he'll emphasize. He'll like clip in, and I have nothing to lose. I just get to, so I just like literally enjoyed hanging out, like especially the first like 5 videos before we actually like released a couple. I like didn't even know that there was like. There could have been the camera with the angle that like I'm looking at, but it like to me the reality of it, like this is actually going to be used, like did not translate. I just didn't feel that for a while.
I know you were going to go on a rant on the Bud Light before you decided to talk about the gum, which led to other things. So did you want to do that?
Yeah, the whole Bud Light thing, like. I just want the controversy over. Fuck all the political bullshit. Republicans freak out about this shit all the fucking time. Like, I watch sports to get away from politics. I don't want politics. Why the fuck do you want politics in the fucking things that you drink? Like, just fuck off. Like, my big thing is, like, and I actually, on this whole, the whole Bud Light scandal or whatever, I agreed with the move of, having the Dylan Mulvaney, what is it called? Like promote the product. I agreed entirely. Like you're just trying to expand your audience. You want to expand the audience to someone who hasn't, doesn't like recognize themselves with that, like in the way that frat guys and construction workers really like are loyal Bud Light, Budweiser, etc. Drinkers. So don't like that's perfectly fine. Like that's awesome. That's a smart business move. Expand your audience. Now I get the real pushback, and I actually have some contention with this. It wasn't the marketing move of Dylan Mulvaney. It was the, I think she was like the chief marketer, some person high up in Bud Light that essentially said something along the lines of, we want to move away from those frat guys, those construction workers, dude. a little bit, but for good reason. So my whole take was like, yeah, that's fucked up, but that is not enough to like, like, all right, you don't like the political ties. Don't put politics into the fucking things that you drink. Have your takes, and I still agree with all the jokes. Like I know, I feel like every time I offer, a beer to someone on the podcast lately, their whole response is always like, can I put it off camera? Or like, they try to hide it. Like, and they don't want to admit that they're drinking Bud Light, but Bud Light is fucking good. Bud Light is good. I'm on the position that I want to take the politics out of the things that we drink. Just like Republicans have said forever, take your politics out of sports. Like ESPN, a lot of people like hate on ESPN nowadays because it's like every other show is talking about like, the racial issues and this issues and this in sports. I don't care. I wasn't watching ESPN before. I'm not a big sport guy. I do enjoy a sport game from time to time. There's certain ones that I like to follow more than others, but I didn't give a fuck. It's just like, it's not for me if that's the direction that they're going, but it wasn't for me when they were only talking about sports. So I didn't care. So why is there so much emphasis on, let's boycott Bud Light because they wanted to expand? It was the one fucking person that most people disagree with that made the comment about, we want to move away. It's like, well, haha, yeah, well, like, good job. We're going to move away from you. But that person didn't speak. She may have spoke for the company in whatever tweet or thing that she said, but she doesn't speak for everybody that works for that company. She doesn't speak for everyone that drinks Bud Light and enjoys Bud Light. So my thing, we're taking politics out of Bud Light. Like, fuck, like, I can eat and drink and enjoy the things that I want to enjoy. I can also appreciate the marketing move that Bud Light had. So this is my big campaign. Let's drink Bud Light. Go back, drink Bud Light. Not because, you're part of the LGBT plus community and now you feel like they connect to you. And not because, because I'm telling you to. Drink Bud Light to help make this push that we don't want other people's opinions and other people's politics to affect the things that we do. If you enjoy Bud Light, just drink Bud Light. Be original. Do the things that you actually enjoy in life. It's wild to me that people haven't put that together. They're like either so against it because, well, I'm a construction worker, or I am a frat kid and I do like to drink Bud Light. Or they're like, or you're drinking it now because, well, I'm an ally, so of course I'm gonna drink it too. It's like, do you are you drinking because you like it? Like, what? Don't we always talk about like in the world, like when you're trying to give advice and morals to people, like you try to tell them like be yourself. Like that's a very important thing, especially in content and entertainment. And like the best stand-up comics, the most successful are the ones who are so uniquely original and authentic and genuine. These are all good character traits that we strive for. So why are you allowing Fox News to show you a Kid Rock shooting Bud Light commercial and deciding that, well, it's not like, I agree with Kid Rock that was mean. They're blah, blah, blah. I'm not drinking that anymore. The things that I boycott the local McDonald's next, like literally 5 minutes, probably a 15-minute walk from my house, because I gave them essentially 3 separate chances and they fucked up my order like enormously all 3 times. One of the fuck ups that they had was there's supposed to be a 24/7. I see cars in the parking lot. I pulled up like on my way to work. I had enough time to stop, but I sat in the drive-thru like, hello, hello. Like I can assume there's people there because like there's the employee cars. It's super early. I was like, and I just assumed, oh, maybe they're not open, whatever. So I checked when I went back, and my roommate at the time told me like, no, they're 24/7. So I go, all right, well, they just fell asleep in the break room or something. Like they didn't take my order or make my food. So fuck them. And then every single time I went back, they kept fucking up the order. Now that Booth Babe lives with me, she went and went to it once and then like told me about it after. She's like, I get why you boycotted it because like they fucked up my order, whatever. My old roommate had it like after I boycotted it, he had like 2 more times where he's like, nah, they fucked up. So I boycott the thing that doesn't do the job correctly. Like, and it's not really like a boy. Like, I'm not asking for everybody to boycott. I think they should at McDonald's, but it's about like, I just need you to know that your service is not worth my business. But if you're boycotting for political reason, like it's the same stuff with the cancel culture. Again, I am pleading to the conservatives, the Republicans that are like traumatized by this moment. When you're boycotting, you're essentially doing the same thing that those woke mobs, those cancel cultures are that you complain about them doing, like, oh, they're always canceling. They're taking away their like a lot of, especially when it comes to like entertainers, YouTubers, Instagram, whatever. Like, they're taking away those sponsors, those ads. They're saying that the people that want them canceled go after where they make their money and don't allow them to make their money because of the view. My opinion, you should just stop watching. You don't like what that person has to say, don't watch them. Like, move on. You don't like to drink Bud Light, then this issue shouldn't matter to you. You do like to drink Bud Light. What is stopping you? Like, why do you want to cancel Bud Light because of some, like, one bitchy, like marketer who said something that, compromised the situation, the status of Bud Light? They made a good marketing move. They literally just try to, and if you wanted to boycott them when they had Dylan Mulvaney, you're just fucking stupid. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you not understand? All these businesses don't make decisions because they're virtuous, they care about you, or they care about this marginalized group. They make it because it makes them more money. So the whole move to the LGBT plus community was specifically to expand their audience. That's all they're doing. They're only in it for the money. Like, oh, can we make more money? Yeah, we can, attract more, larger groups of people, like, or a different group of people. So they have nothing. They don't give a fuck, who's they're supporting. And another big scandal that I've kind of bit my tongue on for a while, and I'm not just backing him, I'm not just siding with him, but the Nick Merckx having his operator bundle removed from Activision store after making a comment about keep it away from the kids or something like that, like referring to I don't know. Doesn't matter. If you know, look it up. If you don't, Nick Merckx had a whole scandal. But Activision taking down his bundle was their move to, continue to try to get those, to do the right marketing thing, to make more money. Because they assumed that there were more people that were going to be outraged at, Nick Merckx's comment, that if they took down the bundle, they go, like, people would see that and go, oh, you know what? They're not letting, some monsters, speak to people that way and like have those opinions. Those are bad. Like, they were making a stance thinking that was the larger market. Activision does not give a fuck about the LGBTQIA+ community. I'm going to, because of my ignorance, I'm going to say LGBT plus from here on out because I have not got the recent, newsletter. I try to keep up with it. I hope you understand that this is like I'm coming off in good faith here. The reason why I know Activision doesn't actually give a fuck about, gay people or Pride Month or any of that stuff, even though they're going to post, like, you can use, they have, like, all the different, types of flags that you can put as your calling card. They have the rainbow one, they have the pride one, they have the trans one, they have the, I think there's, like, a pansexual one. I don't even know what each flag represents, but I know they have, like, the whole, spectrum of flags and everything. But if you choose to use one of those and you happen to end up in a server and I think I might have to double check this. I don't know. I could be wrong here, but like a couple countries in the Middle East where gay rights are not okay. They don't just go, oh, well, we stand against, your the way you treat gay people. So we're not even going to sell our game to you guys. Instead, they go, oh, no, you can buy our product. And then if I have that calling card, that little like flag symbol, and I play against someone over there, their game shows a like blurred out, muted, or like a covered version of that same exact flag. So you can't see it. So they played around it. They're like, oh, we still want, you guys to buy our game, but for you guys, yeah, we agree with you guys. Like, we're not gay pride when we're in this country. All these servers won't show that flag, but in America, we take down Nick Merck's bundle. So my whole point, and this is like to bring it back to the whole Bud Light thing, these companies aren't, even the people that speak for these companies aren't doing the things, whether you are, left or right, they're not doing it for you. They're not doing it for a marginalized group. They're not doing it for any reason except more money. That at the end of the day, they just want more money. How do they get more money? Well, let's expand our audience. This whole group, like right now, it's mostly construction workers and frat guys. Well, who's typically, the opposite side? Well, the left and liberals and, the LGBT. Do we support that? Like, how can we, maybe we could put out like a rainbow bottle. Oh, this guy's blowing up. He has an interview with Biden. He's on Ellen and all the other whatever like morning TV show. Is Ellen even still around? That doesn't matter. He's on all these other shows and everything. He's got a huge following. I don't know if he's a TikTok or Instagram. I don't know but I know he has a huge following. So Instagram goes, just like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson 5 years ago for a movie franchise, like, let's just hire him. Let's write a role in for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. They go, well, here's an easy money maker because we just have him promote this product. Now, all of those followers go, well, Dylan Mulvaney drinks it, so I'm going to start drinking Bud Light. I'm going to support him because they support me. They don't give a fuck. It's strictly about money. I think I got this ranting thing back. Jeez. But I went on this whole long rant, and I'm barely sipping my beer. I feel, just with me. Oh, I can't drink like I used to. That in college, beers, I used to be able to like chug the whole thing. Shotgunning was easy. I'm gonna have indigestion. I'm gonna fucking wake up with heartburn later. But I still fucking love you guys. Bud Light, drink Bud Light. This is my commercial. Bud Light, sponsor me. I'm not gonna shoot a case of Bud Light like Kid Rock, and you could put, a picture of me on the bottle like Dylan Mulvaney. I don't care. I'll do whatever you need me. Also, the Kid Rock. Okay, I get the gesture is to essentially say, I'm done with Bud Light. but you had to buy. You bought, like, there was a lot. You spent at least $100 just on Bud Light. You gave them $100 to tell them, go fuck yourself. Like, oh, go fuck me. Like, anyone want to invest in ever-changing ViBE? You can tell me to go fuck myself for $100. Comment down below and hit my Venmo or something. I'm not gonna put my Venmo down there. But you get my fucking point. These people are fucking so stupid. Oh man, I like this rant and stuff. I gotta do this way more often. Let me know. Should I do rather than doing, a podcast episode every single week and then sometimes them being solo episodes, would you guys like to see like just shorter podcasts and, more consistently just like have these rants? Do you listen to either or? How did you even find out about this podcast? Why is Gio so shaky? That was a cute giggle. Yeah, let me silence my phone real quick. Oh, it's already kind of late. Oh, jeez. Booth, babe. Well, it's time to wrap up this episode. Again, super short. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are these the type of podcasts you are interested in? Did you enjoy this short episode, or did you see how short it was and peace out, or you clicked on it, saw the thumbnail, saw that it was just me sitting here, so you weren't interested to hear my wildly opinionated viewpoints on things that don't matter to everybody else. I just like to have them. I like to portray them. I like to talk about them because that's how I feel like I really get it out. Otherwise, I'm going to stop drinking Bud Light too because I'm just like, I think about it too much. But point being, I believe, so I guess happy 4th of July. Hope you guys are going out, doing something fun, getting with family, seeing friends, not drinking responsibly. It's 4th of July. You're allowed to not drink responsibly. You can go a little crazier today. I don't know if I can get in trouble for advocating for that. But don't drink and drive. Stay safe. Get your uvas. Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I don't know how to do sign-offs solo. I think I caught my groove doing a little solo rant stuff, but these sign-offs, kind of weird. I agree. We're doing it, though. I'm still talking. I forgot my fucking Polaroid. I'm so mad about it. Because I wasn't planning on doing a podcast, and I was just like, 10 minutes down the road, just got through a little bit of traffic, and I go, I want to do a podcast, but I'm not driving back through that traffic and getting the camera and then going to the studio and then finally turning on the lava lamp that I don't even know if it's in frame. That's the one problem with Bud Lights. But is the lava lamp? Oh, okay. I don't know how I'm gonna incorporate that angle, but there might be a fun angle this episode. This is the fun angle. I like you. I like you a lot. All right. This is the longest sign-off No, it's not the longest one that I've ever done. I usually go a lot longer. I feel like I'm, on average, the longest sign-off person ever. And this is one of the longer ones. So, again, happy Thanksgiving. I literally,
Happy Thanksgiving.
I caught myself when I said the word thanks. And I was like, not the right holiday. And I just had to finish the word. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. God bless America. Drink your Bud Lights. Peace.